Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about the first project, uh, the decisive moment. And I'm going to have another video where we talk a little bit about more of what that means and where that comes from. It comes from a French photographer, Henri Cartier-Bresson. Okay, so just to kind of go over the write-up for this, photography is in large part a cerebral muscle exercise. Therefore, that muscle needs to be strengthened. For this project, you'll be focusing on the image only, i.e. no printing and very little Photoshop or Lightroom. I just have Photoshop there. I actually don't think we're going to do any Photoshop for this, or Lightroom. Together we'll go through some very basic methods for constructing a photograph and talk about what makes a photograph a photograph. We'll also talk about what separates the amateur from the professional and what makes it art. This project can be shot on your phone. I think that would be harder though, because then you have to like email all the photos to yourself, or I don't know. I guess if you're using an iPhone and an iMac, it probably wouldn't be that hard. Or your digital SLR set to auto. I would prefer you use that. I'm only concerned with the content of the image. Next week we'll talk about the technical stuff. Therefore, without the heavy technical stuff, you should be able to take really great pictures, hopefully. The idea is like you're really just focusing on these compositional principles that we're going to talk about for this. The objective is to shoot 72 images. That's 2 rolls of film in the old days. Over the next day, narrow it down to a slick slideshow compiled in PowerPoint for critiquing starting on Monday, 6/1 on discussion board. All right. So this is the breakdown for the shooting. Roll 1 through 10 images that you shoot. Focus on rule of thirds. 11 through 15, incorporate balancing elements. 16 through 20, I want you to use leading lines. 21 through 25, look for symmetry. 26 through 30, look for pattern. And 31 through 36, try switching your viewpoint. Roll 2, and these are, I'm kind of jokingly saying roll 1 and roll 2. 1 through 10, try using frame within a frame. 11 through 15, try to create depth. 16 through 20, look for texture. 21 through 25, make an image about light. 26 through 30, look for doorways of ominous portent. And 31 through 36 is your choice. Kind of do whatever. The doorway of ominous portent is, I want you to think a little bit like metaphorically about what does that mean and how could a metaphor infer an image? Or, could you shoot, something symbolic? So I want you to think a little differently about that one. So you should have everything shot by Friday. So you can spend some time arranging them in PowerPoint. No fancy backgrounds, just black. And in PowerPoint, you should have the image centered and the category it falls under, very small in the corner. You're going to be picking 2 from each category for a total of 24 images for your slide presentation that you're going to put on Blackboard. Additionally, I want you to put all 72 into a PowerPoint and just label what category they're falling under. So your first 10 slides should be showing me rule of thirds. 11 through 15 should be balancing elements, and just label them clearly for me. Okay, so I know what I'm looking at. All right, so for this project, you're actually going to hand in 2 PowerPoints, one with all your images, and then one that's narrowed down to 24 for crit. Okay, and you're going to submit both on Blackboard, but only one is going to go on discussion board, the smaller one. Okay, so next video we're going to look at this compositional PDF, and we will look at Henri Cartier-Bresson for a second.